Hi, I'm Jonathan Hesbol. I'm a musician, guitar player, an educator, a father, a husband, and I get to do what I love every day. You can too. Hello, fellow YouTubers. It's Jonathan Hesbol here. Today it's Friday. Happy Friday. TGIF. Yeah! For me, it means I have a gig tonight, I have a gig tomorrow, I have a gig Sunday. That's kind of normal for me. My weekends are just when things get going. Hopefully for you, if you don't have gigs and you're finishing your last day of the work week, long week this week because of the Thanksgiving break last week, hopefully you're going to get down to it and get into some serious leisurely activities. Hopefully that includes YouTube. Today I would like to tell you that this show is sponsored by this right here, Superstar sticker, given to me by my son Ethan. Hopefully it gives me a little bit extra, and away we go. I want to talk to you today, to the musicians out there. Side note, if you are not a musician and you don't care one bit, I hope that you hold on, that you watch the rest of this video, but if not, I understand. I'll see you in a future video. But to the musicians, the budding musicians out there, today's video is how to know when you are ready to play gigs. How do you know? How did I know? I'm not sure I did know. I could play songs all the way through for a long time before I even really thought that I was gig ready, at least to do gigs by myself. So today I want to talk a little bit about that. If you are an acoustic artist, I've spent a lot of time being an acoustic artist, and I can speak to that. But maybe you play keyboard and sing. There are different kind of paths. So first and foremost, I'm going to assume a couple of things. One, if you are not a singer, that you have an instrument, and two, that you have practiced that instrument enough to be able to play some songs. If you haven't, that's okay. Just go back, maybe take some lessons, watch YouTube. There's so much great stuff on YouTube. And just start learning songs. Don't worry about the books. Just go back and just start learning songs. But if you can do those things and you're not really sure, the first thing I would say is gauge what your friends think. Friends are very intuitive when it comes to people they know and talents that they seem to think exist. If you have friends that are telling you, you got to get out and play, well then of course you do. Maybe you have friends that are naysayers. We all have them, right? People that say, why would you want to do that? Well, don't listen to them. They don't know. Don't listen to them. But try to get us to play. At least play for your friends. If you haven't played for anybody, play for your friends and family. Two, I just said two. I said two before, so I'm sorry for that. Get out and play open mics. Every town has open mics, and if they don't, then maybe you can talk to local coffee shops and bars and see if you can set up an open mic. Open mics are a great way to gauge who's in your community. It's a great way to get your chop set going, playing live, getting in front of people. Something happens when we play in front of people. We get nervous. Yeah, it can be really scary. For some people, it can be petrifying. But you got to work through that. So get up and play a song. If you can play one song, can you play 3 songs or 5 songs? If you can do that, then you're close to being ready to contemplating taking a gig. Now I have a question for you. Are you doing original music or are you doing cover music? There's a big difference between the two, and you're going to go down different avenues to get to where you need to get. If you are playing original music, good for you. You're probably only going to need about 30 minutes of music, 5 or 6 songs, I would say. However, you're going to have to approach a club, and a club is going to want to know how many people can you bring, right? And a good number that'll give you consistent bookings at clubs, I would say 50 people. If you can draw 50 people, you are going to work, period. If you can't, put your songs up on YouTube, get everyone to like them, develop a following. That'll help. Obviously there are lots of other social media avenues that you can venture down, but that's what it's going to take. Meet other people who are playing. Maybe if you're an instrumentalist, try to get into bands that are already playing that you could slide in on the instrument. That would help too. That's going to help you get gigs and help you learn how to do that. I'm going to do a video later on literally how to get gigs. That's a topic we could talk about endlessly. But for now, I just want to talk about how do you know when you're ready. So if you're playing original music and you've got 5 or 6 songs and you can play them through, then you're pretty ready to venture out at least in the open mic world. When you play open mics, people are going to respond to you and you're going to get a sense of whether or not you're ready to approach clubs. Okay? If you're playing cover music and you want to play at a restaurant, or you want to play at certainly happy hours and bars or weddings, casual events stuff, you need to be able to play 3 or 4 hours of music straight. Okay? It's a lot of music. It's probably 40, 50 songs on the low side. So if you don't know that many songs, then get cranking. Okay? And that's how you know if you're ready to play a gig. Okay? There's obviously a lot of things I haven't talked about. Do you know other musicians? Are you playing with other musicians? If you do, and there's a band situation you can slide into, then you might be ready sooner. All right, I'm really speaking to people that maybe want to do solo gigs. And I guess it also depends on what style of music you're playing. If you are playing jazz, for instance, you probably already know, because jazz musicians really need each other, and there's a really great community formed with jazz musicians, and so they really help each other out. So chances are you're not a jazz musician concerned about how to get gigs. But if you are the songwriter type, or you just like singing songs, I remember being in the bedroom playing and wondering when am I going to be ready to go out there into the real world. And if you can play some songs and you have some people that enjoy listening to you, then you're ready. All right? Thank you for checking out my YouTube page and the channel. My name is Jonathan Hesbol. Please subscribe. I'm going to do a lot of videos in the future, not just related to music, but music is what I do, so we're gonna use that as the foundation. I hope you have a wonderful Friday, a wonderful weekend, and check back next week. All right? Thank you.